We open our news tonight with progress work at the most renowned construction site in the Diocese of Buea, the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral. After roofing, tiling and some finishing works done, as well as windows fitted, sound systems to ensure quality worship during masses is being done. We hear from the engineers in the minutes ahead. Public health officials of the Southwest region meet this May 2nd to re-evaluate the implementation of the first phase of the universal health coverage. And Southwest regional stakeholders of elections Cameroon Elecam equally this Thursday here in Buea to fine-tune best options in engaging citizens towards the upcoming multi-elections in Cameroon. Good evening and welcome to Divine Mercy Prime. We deeply apologize for the late start of the news tonight for reasons beyond our control. We begin straight away tonight with diocesan projects. After achieving progress at various stages of work at the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral, the edifice is now witnessing the installation of an automatic sound system. This phase of work is about 60% done. John Philip was with the engineer at the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral site and assures the Christians in the Diocese of Buea that worship life in the structure will be different after the sound system installation. Details in this report.
Steadily, works at the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral are gradually evolving. Recently, works are going on for the installation of a modern automatic sound system. This is of importance as it would facilitate effective communication and make Eucharistic celebrations more successful within the cathedral. Fred is the sound engineer endowed with the task as he explains what it takes to install an automatic sound system.
To install a full automatic sound system, you have various stages. First, you have to get a power arm, because like the case of the co-cathedral is big, so we have to use two power arms so that we'll be able to cover the cathedral well. So we are installing two power amplifiers in the cathedral, a power mixer of 12 channels, then a stabilizer of 5,000 watt. Then inside the church now we have 21 speakers to place in various positions in the cathedral. Then on the altar we install 7 microphones, because on the altar itself we have 3 microphones. Then at the pulpit, at the lectern, you have 1 microphone. At the announcement you have 1 microphone. Then in the cathedral itself, where the bishop talk mass, you have another microphones. So all together 7 microphones are going to put in the cathedral. Then we have also done the cabling, the cable to wire to make sure that we link the speaker from one to another. And one thing here, we connect the speaker in series in such a way that the speakers pull together. This one does not, to make sure that the volume of this one is not higher than the volume of this one.
Given several complaints from Christians, especially those at the back of the church, who complain of not getting words clearly during sermons and readings, the technician assures that such issues have been taken into consideration as he has put in dispositions to overcome these complaints.
Installing 21 speakers in the cathedral is to solve that problem, so that at any angle you sit, the speaker should be at least 10 meters away from you. From the way we are connecting the speakers in series, you yourself, you can see it. The speaker are calculated in such a way that each speaker is just about 10 meters away from another speaker, so that you'll be able to lose the echo.
In another unpleasant situation where the microphones send out unpleasant sounds to the ears like frequencies that jam, he explains why and what he is doing about it.
Most of that problem occur especially when you join the sound system of the main sound system of the church and the choir. Because normally when choir are singing, they always like to hear their voice, and they always like the speaker to be close to them. And the speaker being close to a microphone is already a problem.
From some observations, the cables linking the speakers are almost not visible as they are neatly clipped to the walls. Inquiring from him the dispositions put in place after he has finished installations and left, he had this to say.
I always train somebody to be able to identify when the battery of the microphone is finished. So that, because most of the time, at times, the problem we do have with our sound system is people don't understand when the battery is finished from the microphone, and they need to change the battery, or when the problem is with the mixer, or sometimes when they put them on the microphone and it does not talk, it does not come to their head that maybe it's the battery that is finished. You don't see somebody rushing to the mixer trying to offset. Before they will discover that it's a battery, they must have offset the sound system.
On a further note, he plans to adjust the sound not only for the sound in the cathedral, but for sound that will be sent out for DMR TV signals and the screens attached within the co-cathedral. Notwithstanding, he encounters some difficulties which he overcomes. As of now, he is 60% gone, as he promises to have the sound system completely installed in the coming week.
Stakeholders of public health in the region are meeting in Buea for the regional coordination meeting for the year 2024. This year's meeting is focused on the level of implementation of the phase 1 of the universal health coverage. Aloysius Like attended day 1 of the session and now reports.
District medical officers of the 19th Health District in the Southwest region, directors of regional hospitals, stakeholders and partners of public health in the region are gathered in Buea for 2 days for the regional coordination meeting to discuss about the first phase of the universal health coverage for the region. The universal health coverage, launched by the government of Cameroon, is a program aimed at giving quality health care at zero cost to Cameroonians, with the first phase targeting children 0 to 5 years, dialysis and tuberculosis patients, as well as those living with HIV. This year's regional coordination meeting is running under the theme Achieving Results of Universal Health Coverage Phase 1, the role of good leadership, management, governance and respect of ethics and deontology. Representing the regional delegate for public health for the meeting is Dr. Green Adeline Njema. She tells us the reason of the coordination meeting.
Southwest Regional Coordination Meeting is a meeting where we invite most of our stakeholders, the main stakeholders of the region as far as health is concerned. We come together, we look at our activities that we've done so far, we look at our successes, challenges, problems, and then we also try to pave a way, see how we can pave a way to make sure that the region is in good shape as far as health is concerned. So that's the main reason why we have invited Chief of Health Districts. Here we have the regional directors of regional hospitals, directors of district hospitals, chief medical officers of sub-divisional hospitals, and even our partners.
For 2 days, these stakeholders will deliberate on the results achieved and challenges in the region on the universal health coverage, management function of the program, basic principles of leadership, management and governance, as well as listen to districts' presentations and come up with resolutions and recommendations. Dr. Green once more throw more light on the level of success of the universal health coverage in the region.
As concerns universal health coverage in the region, I think the Southwest region is doing well, even though we are having challenges in some targets like the 0 to 5 years old children. But when it comes to dialysis, I think we are doing so well. When it comes to HIV, we are also doing well. When it comes to TB, we are having some challenges in some health facilities, but I think the coordinator of TB is trying to make sure that everything is put in place. So I think that Southwest region is doing well when it comes to enrollment in universal health coverage. I would like to say that for our community that we represent, universal health coverage has come to make sure that we have quality health care with little or no resources. So universal health coverage has come to help the population. It has come to make sure that quality health care is equitable, is equal with everybody, no matter who you are.
Looking back at the recommendation for last year's coordination meeting, which included, amongst others, boosting the enrollment of the population in the universal health coverage, getting conventional institutions to be fully involved in the program and a late submission of reports from the various health districts, today's meeting shows that there is still much work to be done in this sector, and by the end of these 2 days, we will get to know the percentage and level the region stands as concerns the universal health coverage.
To fully engage members of the public to be part of a peaceful electoral process come 2025, the election organization body known as ELECAM Southwest Regional Bureau had a consultation meeting with stakeholders in the electoral process. The second edition of this platform for performance consultation took place this Thursday, May 2nd, 2024 in Buea, and on the theme Citizens Engagement for Peaceful Election. Nadeshman was there present and now reports.
With regards to the ongoing 2023-2026 electoral cycle, which has as objective to give fresh impetus to electoral participation and set up early awareness mechanism at all local levels in view of the 2025 elections in Cameroon, these members of ELECAM and stakeholders of electoral process are meeting here for their second edition. This regional platform for permanent consultation is under the theme Citizens Engagement for Peaceful Elections. According to one of the ELECAM board member who chaired the meeting, the purpose of this second meeting is to relay and give back information to the stakeholders on measures that were adopted with regard to resolutions taken in the first edition.
We deem it necessary to have another periodic meeting of this journey so that we'll be able to relay and give back information to the stakeholders on measures that have been taken with regards to resolutions that were taken in the first platform. This is going to be a permanent consultation where we liaise with all the election stakeholders to improve and enhance on the process so that they also know what we are doing from our own end, and we also have the opportunity of knowing their expectation.
In line with this, 2024 registration, which ran from the 1st of January to April 30th, had enrollment of about 12,502 new voters compared to 5,757 who registered last year, recording a remarkable increase of 6,359 new voters, reflecting 211% increase.
So far, this time, last year, we have registered 6,000 more voters as compared to last year's same period. So the percentage of new registration is 200%. So we think that we have exploited all the recommendations that were made, and we are simply moving forward, especially with the participation of the media and civil society organization in this process.
During the meeting, the electoral code was distributed to all the members who answered present, where recommendations were given through a question and answer session.
We have been advised to exploit not only Facebook, Instagram, and also take advantage of certain activities like we just had the recently held Kamif, the musical, whatever, football shows where our kids can be placed in sensitive areas to have more and more Cameroonians register. What is clear is that we've made it very clear to participants that things will not be the same. Things will change will be fundamentally different when we embark on elections in 2025.
The effective participation of all stakeholders of electoral process in the activities of ELECAM is the first stand in building peaceful, accommodative, inclusive, transparent, incredible elections in the country.
Tomorrow, May 3rd, 2024, the global community will commemorate World Press Freedom Day. It is a day set aside to valorize the works of journalists globally and also honor those who have lost their lives in the practice. Prelude to this event, we have our reporter Joseph Otto, who reviews the message on World Press Freedom Day by the UN Secretary General. Antonio Guterres, and what this day entails. His report.
Every year on May 3, the world commemorates the International World Press Freedom Day, initiated by the United Nations General Assembly in the year 1993. The day is set aside to call for the fundamental right of the press and also remember and honor journalists who lost their lives in the line of duty. The theme of this year's Press Freedom Day, A Press for the Planet, Journalism in the Face of Environmental Crisis, aims at reiterating that the public must always have access to all kinds of information and calls on government to create a safe space for journalists to do their jobs, while also honoring media organizations and journalists for the work done in ensuring the truth is told and freedom of the press is respected at all times. In a message on World Press Freedom Day by the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, he recounts the plight of environmental journalists who are prevented by men in power from doing their job and others killed for reporting news on illegal mining and poaching.
Their work, people come to understand the plight of our planet and are mobilized and empowered to take action for change. Media workers also document environmental degradation, and they provide evidence of environmental vandalism that helps to hold those responsible to account. It is no surprise that some powerful people, companies and institutions will stop at nothing to prevent environmental journalists from doing their jobs. Media freedom is under siege, and environmental journalism is an increasingly dangerous profession. Dozens of journalists covering illegal mining, logging, poaching, and other environmental issues have been killed in recent decades. Legal processes are also misused to censor, silence, detain, and harass environmental reporters, while a new era of climate disinformation focuses on undermining proven solutions, including renewable energy. But environmental journalists are not the only ones at risk. Around the world, media workers are risking their lives trying to bring us news on everything from war to democracy.
In a contemporary society, this is a reality as information is being gatekept by the government as concerns causes of environmental issues and hazards, one of which is a recent flood in Buea on March 18, 2023, which claimed some lives and property. Without press freedom, the world can't be free, as the UN Secretary General says.
Without press freedom, we won't have any freedom. A free press is not a choice, but a necessity. Our World Press Freedom Day is very important. And so I call on governments, the private sector, and civil society to join us in reaffirming our commitment to safeguarding press freedom and the rights of journalists and media professionals around the world.
Without facts, we cannot fight myths and disinformation, and without accountability, we will not have strong policies in place.
Still about international days, workers across the globe yesterday, May 1st, 2024, took stock of their inputs and achievements at their various jobs and occupations. Buea Diocese is not left out. In a message addressed to the workers of diocesan institutions this May 1st, His Lordship Michael Bibi did commend their works and praise for much more energy working for diocesan institutions. Newsroom editor Jude Mbaku now reads out the message of Bishop Michael Bibi.
May 1st, 2024. Message of the Bishop of the Diocese of Buea on Labor Day. May God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ in communion with the Holy Spirit give you grace and peace. International Labor Day, also known as May Day or Workers' Day, is celebrated annually on May 1st. This day honors the contribution and achievements of workers worldwide and recognizes their importance in building societies and economies. It's a time to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of workers across various sectors and industries. As you celebrate Labor Day with your loved ones, I express gratitude and appreciation for your hard work and sacrifices to the diocese. Thank you for your endless support and commitment to your duties. I equally recognize your contribution to the growth of the different institutions in our diocese. St. Joseph the Worker, whose memorial we celebrate today, was loyal, hardworking and committed. May He intercede for us all to work devotedly with joy. Yours in His service, Michael Miabesoe Bibi, Bishop of Buea.
Still on Labor Day news, employers in Fako Division and beyond have been called to create a suitable working environment for their employees in order to have an effective and efficient society. The call was made by the Senior Divisional Officer of Fako, Engelbert Viang Mekale, as workers in the division joined the entire world to celebrate the 138th edition of International Labor Day. This year's theme in Cameroon is Constructive Social Dialogue, Vector for Decent Work and Social Progress. Yesterday march past took place at Manga William Avenue, Ider in Limbe. Nadesh May took interest in that event in Limbe and was present and now reports.
Excitement and joy were visible on the faces of these workers of both the public and private sector in Fako at the Limbe Ceremonial Ground, Manga William Avenue. The event, presided at by the Senior Divisional Officer of Fako, Ngebe Viang Mekala, was punctuated with a beautiful march past display of both workers of the public and private sector.
That is now a UNESCO heritage site. Next is Press Street Limbe. When I talk about Press Street, I'm thinking about the director, that is Dr. Henry Toko. Dr. Henry Toko, Press Street, we are the one in charge of the production of driver's license in Cameroon.
Labor Day is a day set aside to recognize the hard work and dedication of millions of people who have kept the economy running, from healthcare workers to teachers and retailers. Under the theme Constructive Social Dialogue, Vector for Decent Work and Social Progress, the Senior Divisional Officer says the theme centers on hope, focus and a way forward.
The expected goal is a whole process that requires collective action. When we talk of constructive social dialogue, we are simply referring to the foundation that has been laid for negotiation, consultation and exchange of information between or among representatives of employers, employees and the government on issues of common interest relating to economic and social policy.
This day is equally regarded as a day of reminder of the ongoing struggles of workers for an unfair treatment and unjust compensation. Employers are called upon to treat workers fairly by providing good working conditions and adequate wages.
Negotiations and cooperation between employers and employees are paramount, while the government steps in as the third stakeholder to fulfill the tripartite characteristics. This type of dialogue can only succeed or become effective if its benefits are clearly outlined and understood by the parties involved.
In this light, 244 workers during the 138th celebration of Labor Day at the headquarters of Fako Division were recognized with medals: the gold category, silver grilled labor medal, and the silver medal of honor.
Everybody works, but not everybody have the privilege to have this medal. And again, it reminds me of the fact that I have been waking up every day, going to work for the past 10, 15, 16 years, and nothing has ever happened to me. And today I am being recognized, honored with a medal to show the output of what I've been doing.
You receive a medal, probably it reminds you that it's time for you to be thinking about going on retirement. And going on retirement is another journey which you have to bear. So I feel really, really happy to to have put in this number of years, and I'll be reminded that very soon I'll be going to rest.
After this day, employers are expected to provide good working environment and favorable working conditions for their employees.
That report concludes Divine Mercy Prime tonight. But prior to us parting ways, let's review the headlines once more. We open our newscast this evening with progress work at the most renowned construction site in the Diocese of Buea, the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral. After roofing, tiling and some finishing works done, as well as windows fitted, sound systems to ensure quality worship during masses is being done. We heard from the engineers in the minutes or in the news that was just done. Public health officials of the Southwest region met this May 2nd to re-evaluate the implementation of the first phase of the universal health coverage, and Southwest regional stakeholders of elections Cameroon Elecam equally this Thursday here in Buea to fine-tune best options in engaging citizens towards the upcoming multi-elections in the country. Thank you for watching Divine Mercy Primer. Stay tuned. Up next shall be Mountain Echoes. I've been your host, Father Alphonse Wongibe Fonyoy. Have a wonderful night. Good night.